So again, after with gap of 3-4 days, we are resuming lecture. Okay. Will anyone let me know where actually we are standing for the topic electrochemistry? Anyone, please let me know. Electrochemistry. Anyone, please let me know where we are standing for the electrochemistry actually. Monam Sarvartha Sadhan, please let me know where we are standing for this electrochemistry topic, because in last lecture we have discussed electrochemistry. If not, then I will continue from where I am able to recall. So,
sir, till measuring conductivity we have finished.
Yes, thank you, Saili. Thank you. Okay. There is a bit gap of, I think so, almost 6 to 7 days when we have started with the electrochemistry. And again, we are retaking with this electrochemistry. As I stated in last lecture, this is a chapter which falls under this moderate category. Bit lengthy chapter, but it's easy to prepare. So that's why the average comes to the moderate level for the electrochemistry. As the name suggests, we are here with electrochemistry. Without the principle, without the gadgets or concepts of electrochemistry, today's life becomes very difficult. Whatever the luxury we realize, we users or we utilize here in today's life, where this electrochemistry has a great contribution in that field. Basically, here in the chapter, this chapter is concerned with the energy. And we know it very well, very important law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but only one form of energy can be converted to another form. So this chapter is also related with this one. Here in the chapter, we are related with conversion of electrical energy into chemical one and chemical energy into electrical one. This is the conversion what we are dealing here in the chapter. So we need a device for conversion of energy. And mainly there are two devices, that is electrolytic cell and galvanic cell, and voltaic cell, or you can say Daniel cell. Both altogether are called electrochemical cell. So electrochemical cell is a device which converts electrical energy into chemical one, or at the same time chemical energy into electrical one. And the whole this chapter is related with this concept. The central theme of this chapter is this only, and we see the related concept. In today's life, whatever the gadgets we use as like mobile, radio, transistors, then television sets, laptop, most of these gadgets, remote control, there are many toys. So all these instruments we use because of this instrument has very important factor or very important device called as battery. दुनिया में जितने सारे बैटरीज आते हैं जिसे हम सेल्स कहते हैं, वो यूज एंड थ्रो से लेकर रिचार्जेबल तक और काफी एडवांस सेल तक, स्पेस शटल में भी हम लोग कोई इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सेल बेचते हैं. बहुत ही अलग अलग और डिफरेंट टाइप के इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सेल्स हम लोग उसके अंदर मिलते हैं, और उन्हीं को लेके हम लोग आगे चलते हैं. इस चैप्टर के अंदर स्टार्टिंग में हमने यही देखा है कि एक्चुअली फंडामेंटल कॉन्सेप्ट चैप्टर में डिस्कस करते हैं. चैप्टर में 3 सेक्शन बनते हैं. पहले सेक्शन में देखते हैं फंडामेंटल कॉन्सेप्ट रिलेटेड विद दिस इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री. Middle half of the chapter, middle part of the chapter consists of core concept of electrochemistry, and the third section consists of applied part of this electrochemistry. So in first up, already we have seen what is conductance, what is metallic conductance, what is electronic conductance. That is what we have seen. Also we have seen what is conductivity, what is resistance, what is conductivity, what is resistance. Also we have seen Conductance is a charge transfer from one point to another point is called as a conductance. And whenever this conductance occur with the help of electron, that is called as electronic conductance, or whenever this charge transfer occur with the help of ions, that is called as electrolytic conductance. That is what we have seen. Then, being this is the chemistry, we are not concerned with electronic conductance. We are concerned with the electrolytic conductance, where the charge transfer occur with the help of ions, because we are really concerned or related with the chemicals or chemistry here in this chapter, being it's a topic or subject is chemistry. Furthermore, we have seen the fundamental definition, that is the conductance, conductivity. Conductance is denoted by G, conductivity is denoted by K, resistance is denoted by R, resistivity is denoted by rho. That is what we have seen. And also we have seen the relation between them. What are the actual relations for them? But being in here in chemistry, the conductance is not the right term. We need to have another term that's called molar conductivity. So we have seen in last lecture what is molar conductivity. What is molar conductivity? उसी के अंदर देखा हमने, that is strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. So molar conductivity for strong electrolyte is different. Molar conductivity for weak electrolyte is different, and that's why we need to introduce Kohlrausch's law. Because the conductance of strong electrolyte is can be easily measured, being it dissociate completely. But weak electrolyte dissociate partially. So to measure the conductance of weak electrolyte, it's a big task and depends upon the dilution, number of dilutions. So that's why as the volume of dilution increases, the conductance also increases. So that's why I need to introduce this Kohlrausch's law. The Kohlrausch's law we have seen, which is applicable to only weak electrolyte. But according to Kohlrausch's law, that is cations and anions independent migrate independently and contributes to the total molar conductivity. So by knowing the molar conductance of one substance, we can calculate the molar conductance. By knowing the molar conductance of 2 to 3 substances, we can calculate the molar conductance of 4th substance, which are having the common ions as like first one. पहले जो 2-3 देखे उसके अंदर जो common ions है वो अगर 4th के अंदर present है तो we can calculate molar conductivity. That is also what we asked in the last lecture. But we have also seen what is the conductivity cell. We have seen the construction of conductivity cell, and conductivity cell conductivity measure करने के लिए K is equal to B upon R. This is the formula also what we have seen. Where K is a conductivity, B is the cell constant, and R is the resistance. So in order to measure the conductivity by using the conductivity cell, we need to know B and we need to know the R. So in order to know the R, we have used the Wheatstone bridge principle with the 2 arms, golden eye. And by using Wheatstone bridge principle, we have measured the resistance. By putting the value of resistance in K is equal to B upon R, we can calculate the conductivity. Or conductivity पता है तो molar conductivity calculate करना मुश्किल नहीं, because molar conductivity is equal to 1000 K upon C is the formula जो हमने already उसके अंदर discuss किया था. यहाँ तक मुझे लगता है fundamental part है. इस पार्ट तक आपको कुछ ज्यादा समझने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. आप थोड़ा सा खुद होकर सेल्फ स्टडी भी करते हो, पढ़ते हो, तभी भी आपको समझ में आएगा. लेकिन लास्ट लेक्चर में मैंने पूरा कवर किया है, नो डाउट एट ऑल. सो वंस अगेन आई विल अपील यू कि आप थोड़ा सा रीड करें, डेफिनेशन को समझे, पढ़े, लर्न करें. दिस विल बी मेक प्रॉपर परफेक्ट फाउंडेशन फॉर योर नेक्स्ट चैप्टर, दैट इज इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री. ठीक है. सो विद दिस फर्स्ट सेक्शन जो फंडामेंटल कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ रिलेटेड है, जो हमने ऑलरेडी कवर किया लास्ट लेक्चर के अंदर, टुडे विल कंटिन्यू विद द सेकंड section of this chapter, which is called the core concepts, or which is related to the core concept of electrochemistry. So let's move to now electrochemical cell. Electrochemical cell. जैसे मैंने बताया कि electrochemical cell is a device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy and vice versa, electrical energy into chemical energy. So electrochemical cell is the device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy and electrical energy into chemical one. So ये जो conversion होता है, chemical energy is one of the form of energy and electrical energy is also one of the form of energy, and ये दोनों एक दूसरे में convert करते हैं, होते हैं, उसी को हम लोग electrochemical cell कहते हैं. For example, हमारे मोबाइल के अंदर का जो बैटरी है, ऑलरेडी हम अच्छी तरह जानते हैं कि इस मोबाइल का बैटरी जो ऑलरेडी रिवर्सिबल होता है. हम जब मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हैं तो उसके अंदर का बैटरी केमिकल रिएक्शन के कारण इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट करता है, और जिसके आधार पर हमारा मोबाइल लैपटॉप काम करता है. जब भी डिस्चार्ज होता है, हम उसे वोल्टेज को कनेक्ट कर देते हैं, और जैसे हम वोल्टेज को कनेक्ट कर देंगे, इट स्टार्ट्स रिचार्ज. वो चीज रिचार्ज होना शुरू कर देता है, रिचार्ज हो जाता है. सो हम जब मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हैं तो केमिकल रिएक्शन होकर इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करता है जो हम यूज करते हैं, और हम जब उसे रिचार्जिंग के लिए लगाते हैं तो इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी स्टोर होता है केमिकल एनर्जी के फॉर्मेट में. And this is called as an electrochemical cell. I think so due to the network problem, picture is getting bit blur in between. Today the environment in Pune city is a bit cloudy. It's a rainy bit. That's why there is an electrical supply problem as well as network problem. So get adjust with this one. I will deliver the lecture in given conditions, or lecture will be completed throughout the lecture, throughout the whatever the time schedule as well. Now, when we talk about the electrochemical cell is the device which converts chemical energy to electrical one and electrical energy to chemical one. But broadly in chemistry, this electrochemical cell is divided into two categories. So, number one category is, you can say, galvanic cell, or you can say Daniel cell, or you can say voltaic cell. Voltaic cell. So, galvanic, Daniel, and voltaic, these are the different name of scientists. Galvanic is one of the scientists, Daniel is another. Okay. I'm sorry because as I stated, electricity has gone and I shifted the network and lecture will continue as per the schedule up to the time. Because of network problem, you may face bit difficulty as I already appealed to you. So because of the season, so it's happening. Koi baat nahi, just get bit adjusted with this one. Now the lecture is continued. Hope you are getting my voice well, everyone, as of now. Okay. Now see, electro is again classified into two categories. Number one is the galvanic, Daniel, or voltaic cell, and number two is nothing but electrolytic cell. This is nothing but, you can say, electrolytic cell. Okay, electrolytic cell. And right, thoda sa bada nikal raha hu taki aapko samajh mein aaye. Electrolytic cell. What this electrolytic cell is related to this? Electrolytic cell converts electrical energy into chemical energy. This one. And this galvanic cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy. So this is the major difference between these two cells. So as I stated, electrochemical cell is the cell which converts chemical energy into electrical energy and vice versa, electrical energy to chemical energy. This is the broad classification as the electrochemical cell. But this electrochemical cell is again classified into two categories. Number one is galvanic, Daniel, or voltaic cell, which converts chemical energy to electrical energy. Whereas this is the electrolytic cell which converts electrical energy into chemical energy one. So that is what we can say. These are the two types of cell, and that is what we're discussing today. Clear with this? Now, this middle portion of the chapter is related with both of the cell. This is the electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. और दोनों cell के बारे में हम क्या-क्या देखेंगे देखिए now. Number one, we'll discuss the construction. Number two, that is, you can say, working of the both cell, construction of both cell, working of the both cell. Number three, you can say users, or maybe you can say its applications, and the fundamental part related with both of the cells. दोनों cell के साथ कुछ fundamental part related होता है. So the middle, as I stated, core part of the chapter is nothing but the construction of this electrolytic cell, working of this electrolytic cell, the users and applications of this electrolytic cell, and the fundamental concept related with this electrolytic cell. So यही cell हमें discuss करना है next. As well, we have to discuss this galvanic cell, Daniel cell, and voltaic cell. तीनों अलग-अलग scientists हैं. तीनों ने एक ही टाइप का सेल बनाया. कंस्ट्रक्शन थोड़ा सा अलग था, लेकिन प्रिंसिपल तीनों सेल का एक था. जिस प्रिंसिपल के ऊपर तीनों सेल काम कर रहे थे वही की था. That's why it's a name as galvanic cell. Also, you can say as a Daniel cell. Also, you can call it as a voltaic cell. इस सेल के बारे में भी हमें इस चैप्टर के अंदर ये देखना है. What is the construction of this cell? what is the working of this cell, what are the different types of this cell, and what are the finally uses or applications of this cell, and the fundamental concept related to this galvanic cell. This is the only core part of this chapter. It's very easy. Part easy है, but समझना है कि क्या क्या है उसके अंदर. So being we have to discuss both of the cells. अभी पहले cell के साथ start करते हैं. That electrolytic cell. Being in chemistry, we are related with both of the cells. That is electrolytic as well as galvanic cell. पहले देखेंगे electrolytic cell, फिर देखेंगे हम लोग galvanic cell. चलो. So electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell. As I stated, electrolytic cell is a cell which converts electrical energy into chemical energy. And this is the device which converts electrical energy into chemical energy. We have to discuss two cells, that is, you can say, that is also called as the process called as electrolysis here in the cell. पहले मैं आपको सेल ड्रॉ करके दिखाता हूं और फिर उसके बाद हम लोग इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक सेल क्या होता है और उसका जो डेफिनेशन है इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस उसका डेफिनेशन डिस्कस करेंगे. आपके बुक के हिसाब से देखेंगे तो इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस ऑफ fused NaCl. Fused NaCl. Its important word is fused NaCl. Fused NaCl. अब देखिएगा, what is the construction of this cell? So this is the container. Okay. In this container, this is a rod. This is another rod. Say graphite rods are dipped in this container. This graphite rod is connected to battery. This is also connected to battery. Okay. Here. And this is, you can say, battery. Now, this is, you can say, negatively charged called as cathode. And this is positive charge known as anode. Okay, big clear now? This is the container. This container is filled with a fused NaCl. इसके अंदर ये जो दिखता है आपको ये fused NaCl है. This is, you can say, fused NaCl. Okay, fused NaCl. Fused NaCl क्या होता है ये देखिएगा. This is sodium chloride. जो हमारे घर के अंदर सॉल्ट होता है वही sodium chloride प्योर फॉर्म में. This sodium chloride is bit heated and bring it to the bit molten state. So this called as a fused NaCl. मतलब ये pure NaCl है. थोड़ा सा heat करेंगे तो molten state में आ जाता है, and that semi-solid, semi-liquid state is a fused NaCl state that is called as. So this is, you can say, fused NaCl. In this container, we have taken a fused NaCl as an electrolyte. Here, two graphite rods are cell. So this is the construction of electrolytic cell. This is a electrolytic cell itself. So be clear now here. Construction of electrolytic cell में क्या होता है कि there is a container. This is container in which we have taken this electrolyte substance, or यहाँ पे particularly we have taken fused NaCl, and two graphite rods are dipped. One graphite rod is connected to negative terminal of battery, becomes negative charge known as cathode. Another graphite rod connected to positive terminal of battery becomes positive charge known as anode. That's all. This is the construction. Now, while working, how this cell works? Okay, how this cell works? When the circuit is completed, cell starts working. Electric charge is applied to this fused NaCl because this is the battery and the electric charge is applied. Cell starts working. Now, this is the cell in which a non-spontaneous reaction is carried out by supplying external electric current. And this phenomenon is called as electrolysis. Be clear now here? whatever the chemical reaction occurs in this cell, whatever the chemical reaction occurs in this cell, this chemical reaction is called as an electrolysis. इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सेल के अंदर जो रिएक्शन होता है उस रिएक्शन को इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस कहा जाता है. और इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस होता क्या है? Whenever a non-spontaneous reaction is carried out by supplying external electric current, then that phenomenon is called as electrolysis. So here we are going to discuss electrolysis of fused NaCl. जिस सब्सटेंस का हमें इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस करना है वो इस कंटेनर के अंदर लिया जाए. अभी हम लोग पहला केस डिस्कस करेंगे. we'll take a fused NaCl and this is called as electrolysis of fused NaCl. इसलिए हेडिंग दिया था electrolysis of fused NaCl. So what happens here actually, that is what we will discuss. Now when the circuit is completed, fused NaCl is taken, this cell starts working, that is electrolysis starts. Electrolysis starts working. Or when electrolysis starts, at that time some reactions occur, and these are called as the working of this electrolytic cell. So under the working we say the reaction, we discuss the reaction. So we can say working of electrolytic cell, and that is nothing but the reactions which occurs in this cell. That is nothing but the reactions happening in this cell. So this cell has two electrodes, that is cathode, which is negative charge, and this is the anode, which is positive charge. And this cell has NaCl. अब देखिएगा, सबसे पहले क्या होगा कि this NaCl dissociate to produce Na plus Cl minus. तो यहाँ पे आपको Na plus Cl minus ions मिलेंगे. इस सेल के अंदर there is a fused NaCl. इसके अंदर जो आपको मिलता है fused NaCl मिलता है. So NaCl will dissociate to produce Na plus and Cl minus. Na plus and Cl minus आपको मिलेगा. ये उसके अंदर सबसे पहली बात होती है, that is Na plus and Cl minus. Now जैसे थोड़ा सा आगे चलते हैं, what happens? इसके अंदर आपको मिलेंगे Na plus and Cl minus ions. When the cell has started working, electric charges happen to this electrode. This electrode being negatively charged, sodium moved to this electrode, and chlorine being negative, this moved towards this anode. Anode की तरफ move होता है. So एक reaction anode पे होता है, दूसरा reaction cathode पे होता है, and then afterwards overall reaction होता है. Let's see what happens. So first reaction at anode. Reaction at anode. Anode is this. इस anode ये पूरा electrode anode है. तो anode पे क्या reaction होता है? So this Cl minus move towards anode. So Cl minus move towards anode. So twice Cl लेता हूँ. Then it produces Cl plus Cl, and two electrons are left. Cl plus Cl, two electrons are left over here, and this Cl produces twice Cl. So हम ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं, twice Cl minus gives you Cl2 plus 12 electrons. This is the loss of electrons. So this phenomenon is called as oxidation. हम अच्छी तरह जानते हैं what is oxidation. इस चैप्टर का सेंट्रल थीम ही है what is oxidation. The loss of electrons by any of those species around the atom or ion is called as oxidation process, or gain of electron is called as reduction process. So here in this, what happens? Cl minus loses electrons, and that's why this is called an oxidation process. So one Cl reacts with another Cl to produce Cl2. So ये reaction एक लोग दोनों similar ये उस तरीके से होता है. So this is the overall reaction what happens here, or that is the oxidation process. So this is the reaction occurs at anode. Now second, what reaction occurs at cathode? So अब देखिए यहाँ पे क्लोरीन जब यहाँ पे आ गया तो it has lost the electron and Cl2 फॉर्म हुआ. तो Cl2 गैस यहाँ पे लिबरेट होता है. And electrons इसके ऊपर आ जाते हैं. These electrons move through external circuit. The electrons move through external circuit and come to this cathode. इस cathode की तरफ आ जाते हैं. देख लेना भैया, electrons left by the chlorine travel through external circuit and comes to this electrode, and these are received by this electrode. यहाँ पे electrode पे electron receive होता है. Sodium will move toward this one, receive this electron and deposit as Na. So sodium plus receives this electron to produce Na, but it is in liquid form. So being chlorine has lost two electrons, we should have two electrons, and this two sodium is produced over here. Two sodium atoms which are in liquid phase are produced here. So this is the reaction occurs in this process. So देखिएगा यहाँ पे सोडियम whatever the electron lost by the chlorine, that process is called oxidation. These electrons travel through external circuit and come to this electrode, which electrons are received by this sodium plus ions. Sodium plus ions receive these two electrons and deposit as a sodium, liquid sodium. तैयार हो जाता. Here reaction देखते हैं तो this is the gain of electron. ये chapter का पूरा theme ही है oxidation reduction, that is redox reaction is the theme of this chapter. So when we talk about the working is a chemical reaction or every chemical reaction is a redox reaction. इस chapter में किसी भी cell का reaction होगा तो that is a redox reaction. Redox reaction का मतलब होता है there is a oxidation and reduction is a simultaneous process which occurs. Now the loss of electrons and gain of electrons simultaneously is called a redox reaction. तो हर cell में redox reaction तो होना ही होना है. Any of those species is going to lose the electron, another species has to gain the electrons. Particularly in this fused NaCl, chlorine loses the electron and sodium gains the electron. So this process is oxidation, this process must be reduction. What is the overall reaction? Overall reaction क्या होता है? Overall reaction. So this is the half reaction which is called as a reduction. This is the reduction. So overall reaction, तीसरी बात आती है, what is the overall reaction? Overall reaction की बात करते हैं तो सीधा क्या? ICl minus gives you Cl2 plus 2 electrons are lost. Cl2 gas hai, so 2 electrons are lost here by this. This is half reaction which is called as an oxidation. So this reaction is of oxidation. Another reaction is of reduction. So that is twice Na plus 2 electrons are received to produce twice Na liquid. Overall reaction. This is oxidation, this is reduction. Overall reaction क्या होता है? Twice Cl minus plus twice Na plus. Electron cancel हो जाते हैं, gives you twice Na plus twice Na liquid plus Cl2 gaseous. So this is redox reaction. This is redox reaction. This is a redox reaction. What happens here? So this is very important thing is that what happens here in this reaction when we talk about the working or we can have the reaction of fused NaCl या फिर electrolysis. All this process is the electrolysis. Whatever the reaction happens in this electrolytic cell, that process is called as electrolysis. So while electrolysis, when we are taking fused NaCl already dissociated to Na+and Cl-. Under the influence of electric charge, these ions move towards oppositely charged electrode. Chlorine move towards anode, loses the electron. That process is called as oxidation and liberate as chlorine gas. At the same time, these electrons travel through external circuit and comes to this another electrode which is called as a cathode. Sodium under the influence of electric charge move towards cathode, receives these two electrons and deposits as sodium liquid or which floats on the surface of water you can say. And this is the acceptance of electron, gaining the electron, and that's why this process is called reduction. Reduction occurs at cathode, called as cathodic reduction. Oxidation occurs at anode, called as anodic oxidation. So this is the half reaction, this is another half reaction. Overall reaction is a combination of two half reactions. The half reaction is oxidation, half reaction is reduction, and the overall reaction is the redox reaction here, what I've written. So finally, chlorine gas is liberated at anode and sodium is deposited at cathode. This is the reaction occurs here when we have the fused NaCl. मतलब हमारे पास जो fused NaCl होता है और उसका जब हम लोग electrolysis conduct करते हैं, electric charge apply करते हैं, at that time this reaction occurs. उसके opposite में, अभी उसके opposite में we can have electrolysis of aqueous NaCl. Aqueous NaCl का हम लोग लेंगे तो वो वापस अलग बात है. Fused NaCl के लेंगे तो थोड़ा सा और बात है. See, समझ में आ रहा है? So basically, we are here with electrolytic cell और इस electrolytic cell के अंदर this is the construction of electrolytic cell and whatever the reaction happens here is electrolysis. And here, first the electrolysis of fused NaCl is carried out. When we have the electrolysis of fused NaCl, at that time different products are formed. That is, sodium is produced at anode and chlorine is liberated at chlorine is liberated at anode and sodium is liberated at cathode. ये होता है. अगर इसी तरीके से अगर हम लोग fused NaCl के बदले aqueous NaCl यूज करते हैं तो प्रोडक्ट occurs differently. थोड़े से प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंट होते हैं, अलग प्रोडक्ट्स मिलते हैं हम लोग. अभी वो कैसे और क्या मिलते हैं वो हमें डिस्कस करना है. दैट इज क्योंकि कल के लेक्चर में डिस्कस करना है, वहां पर से डायग्राम रेफरेंस बेटर है कि आज ही डिस्कस करेंगे. जस्ट 3 to 2 मिनट्स में ज्यादा लूंगा, नथिंग होता है. बट This is, you can say, instead of fused NaCl, we use aqueous NaCl. We use aqueous NaCl. अब देखिएगा, aqueous NaCl और fused NaCl में बहुत फर्क है. Fused NaCl क्या था? Pure NaCl को हीट करेंगे, मोल्टन स्टेट में आता है तो उसे fused NaCl होता है. और इसको जब पानी में पुट करेंगे तो उसे aqueous NaCl क्या आ जाता है. बाकी इसके अंदर aqueous NaCl है, मतलब Na plus है, Cl minus है और वाटर भी है. This is aqueous NaCl. और जब हम इसके साथ रिएक्शन करेंगे, इसका इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस करेंगे सेम सेल में, तो रिएक्शन डिफरेंट होता है, प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंट मिलता है. एंड वी हैव टू डिस्कस दैट रिएक्शन. क्या पहला रिएक्शन एज इज वो ऐसा ही होता है. पहला रिएक्शन ऐसा ही होता है, दैट इज, यू कैन से, क्लोरीन का. ओके, क्लोरीन का ऐसे होता है. So this is what we can say reaction at anode. Again, chlorine goes to this one, loses electron, Cl2 is liberated, electron move towards this और इस तरफ चले जाते हैं. ये पहला रिएक्शन पॉसिबल. दूसरा इसके अंदर वाटर है. So water का रिएक्शन पॉसिबिलिटी देखिए. दूसरा मतलब this is the first possibility. दूसरी possibility, this is H2O, twice H2O. This twice H2O loses 2 electrons to produce H2 plus twice OH minus and 2 electrons are left. This is the reaction. Okay, so this is another reaction which is possible. So here oxidation chlorine का भी होता है और oxidation water का भी होता है. Water also goes for the oxidation. Water liberates hydrogen. Twice OH minus is produced and these 2 electrons are left. 2 electron यहाँ पे लोगों को sorry ये ऐसा नहीं है. This reaction happens, that is O2 is liberated, 4 OH minus. 4H plus and these 2 electrons are left. इस तरीके से रिएक्शन होता है. That is, you can say, at anode. ये एनोड की रिएक्शन. अभी यही रिएक्शन हम देखते हैं. ये रिएक्शन कैथोड पे क्या होता है? सेम डायग्राम है. कैथोड पे रिएक्शन क्या होता है? This is the reaction at anode. Now second, at cathode. कैथोड मतलब सोडियम उस तरफ चला जा सकता है. सेकंड रिएक्शन होगा, फर्स्ट रिएक्शन Na plus 2 electrons, so 2 sodium होंगे, so it will produces twice Na. This is in solid phase. These electrons which are left by this chlorine or either water, these electrons are received by the sodium and it produces sodium in a solid phase. Second reaction होता है water का, you can see here. So second reaction is H2O against 2 electrons to produce H2 plus 4 OH minus. Okay, twice OH minus. This is the reaction happens. ये 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन ले लेगा तो H2 निकल जाएगा, twice OH minus होगा. This is again here you can see reduction. Hydrogen is liberated. So this ये दोनों reaction है gain of electron की reduction. So these are nothing but the reduction and these are nothing but the oxidation. तो आप देखिएगा, when B uses aqueous NaCl, हम जब aqueous NaCl लेते हैं तो यहाँ पे 2 रिएक्शन की पॉसिबिलिटी है एज ऑक्सीडेशन और 2 रिएक्शन की पॉसिबल है एज अ रिडक्शन. 2 रिएक्शन की पॉसिबिलिटी एज अ रिडक्शन. मेरे ख्याल से पिक्चर आपको दिखाई दे रहा है, नहीं दे रहा है, आई डोंट नो, बिकॉज़ मुझे लगता है बोर्ड को बहुत ही ब्लर दिखाई दे रहा है आपको. Am I right? So is there anyone, please let me know whether you are getting picture or not.
Sir, getting the picture.
Okay, you are able to see the reactions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then I will complete. So now see, as I stated, when we have the fused NaCl, only 2 reactions. One reaction occurs at anode, another reaction occurs at cathode. But when we have aqueous NaCl, sodium chloride के साथ साथ उसके अंदर water भी आता है. और when we have the water, at that time देखिए, chlorine का oxidation होगा, at the same time water का भी oxidation होने के chances है. ये 2 reaction possible. और इस तरफ बात करते हैं तो कैथोड पे सोडियम भी जाता है, जो सोडियम प्लस है वो जाके भी सोडियम डिपॉजिट होता है और वाटर का भी हाइड्रोजन लिबरेट होता है बाय एक्सेप्टिंग दिस 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो दिस 2 रिएक्शंस आर पॉसिबल फॉर द रिडक्शन. नाउ कौन से रिएक्शन पहले होंगे या दोनों होंगे, ये यहाँ भी इंपॉर्टेंट बात है. सो व्हेन इट इज केयरफुली फाइंड आउट दैट इट्स डिपेंड अपॉन देयर ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल. उनका ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल कितना है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. सोडियम का ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल की बात करते हैं तो -2 पॉइंट समथिंग है और वाटर का देखते हैं तो -0.84 है. -0.85 मतलब इक्वल टू 0 है, खास करके हाइड्रोजन का. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज हैविंग अ मोर पोटेंशियल, रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल देन दिस वन. तो दिस रिएक्शन इज प्रेफरेबली ऑकर्स. और यहाँ पे देखते हैं तो इसका पोटेंशियल ज्यादा है और इसका पोटेंशियल कम है. That's why this reaction occurs priority. So this reaction occurs with priority amongst these two, comparing these two, and here comparing those two, this reaction occurs spontaneously or priority. So overall reaction is like this. So when we come about this, overall reaction is like this. पहला reaction क्या होगा क्लोरीन का? तो we can say here twice Cl minus gives you Cl2 plus 2 electrons are left. That is, you can say, oxidation reaction, which occurs a priority because its reduction potential is higher. And another, this is the reaction whose reduction potential is higher. That is, you can say twice H2O plus 2 electrons are accepted, produces H2 plus twice OH minus. And this is nothing but the reduction reaction. The overall reaction is electron got cancelled. So twice Cl minus plus twice H2O gives you H2 plus Cl2 plus twice OH minus. And this is the redox reaction. This is a redox reaction. तो अब देखिएगा, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. This is hydrogen and chlorine. Hydrogen and chlorine. इसका मतलब ये है, हम जो फ्यूज्ड NaCl का रिएक्शन करते हैं, जो पहला रिएक्शन किया था, उसके अंदर सोडियम एंड क्लोरीन तैयार होता है. बट अगर हम एक्वियस NaCl लेते तो वाटर इंटरफेयर करता है और बिकॉज ऑफ हायर रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल हाइड्रोजन एंड क्लोरीन तैयार होता है. तो हम अगर इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस एक्वियस NaCl का कंडक्ट करते हैं तो क्लोरीन इज लिबरेटेड एट एनोड और हाइड्रोजन इज लिबरेटेड एट कैथोड. जबकि फ्यूज्ड NaCl होगा तो क्लोरीन अपनी जगह है, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ हाइड्रोजन वहां पे सोडियम आता है, सोडियम तैयार होता है. और एक्वियस NaCl में क्लोरीन एनोड पे है और कैथोड पे हाइड्रोजन तैयार होता है. This is the difference of the reaction occurs when we conduct the electrolysis of different substances. तो बहुत बारीकी से याद रखना है कि फ्यूज्ड NaCl अलग बात है, एक्वियस NaCl अलग बात है. हम अगर फ्यूज्ड NaCl का इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस करते हैं तो अलग प्रोडक्ट होते हैं क्लोरीन एंड सोडियम. अगर हम एक्वियस NaCl का अगर इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस कंडक्ट करते हैं तो प्रोडक्ट तैयार होते हैं हाइड्रोजन एंड क्लोरीन. These are the different products are produced because of different reduction potentials. And this is what we can see electrolysis. This is the electrolytic cell. So today we have discussed construction of electrolytic cell and the electrolysis of fused NaCl as well as electrolysis of aqueous NaCl. Now इसका एक quantitative aspect होता है that we'll discuss in tomorrow. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.